What can I do? They cut me off. Man, that was my shit. Oh, man. Anyway, the parcels. Killing it. You can check them out. Coachella was wild last night. Mind you, when to get home, it's like they call it Carmageddon. Okay, they call it Carmageddon out here where I live because the traffic is crazy and you can't even move. Like right now, I had to go get food. Right, it's 11 o'clock already, 11:15 in the afternoon, and I left the house at 9 to go get breakfast. Maybe right at 9. It took me 2 hours plus. There's not a restaurant you can go to. I don't care if it's fast food. I can do nothing because Coachella is here. Where I live, I guess I never want to leave California, huh? Oh, you guys, hey, you got to leave California. I'm like, dude, but I live like 2 blocks away from Coachella. Literally 2 blocks. That shit was rocking our house last night. And it's not even Coachella that's rocking. It's the after parties. So Coachella ends like at midnight, whatever. The festival shuts down. But they have the most massive after parties you've ever seen in your life. P. Diddy's got nothing on this shit. I'm telling you right now, these things are massive. They rent out these mansions. I don't even know how much it costs. But the amount of security, guys, I'm talking about right down. If I walked 400 meters, not even, if I walked 100 meters in one direction, it's called the ABC Ranch or whatever. I don't even know what it's called. I can take a picture. I'll show you guys on Discord. And it's all blocked off. No parking for 3 days. Then you got the other one down at the other end. I forget what it's called. It starts with a Z. It's where the Lakers hung out one night. But everybody's there. And we're talking about they have groups performing, everything. All these parties start after Coachella. Nobody actually cares about Coachella except for last night, Lady Gaga. Oh, my God. Lady Gaga. Dude, I'm telling you right now. You guys can say what you... That young lady is absolutely... She embodies everything that is artistic. That shit was wild, bro. She's absolutely phenomenal. She's the best set in Coachella history. And I'm not just being like, ooh, look at this. Everybody liked Beyonce back in the day, not me. But people like all the set. This set was something different. Visually, it was crazy. And she's obviously has more talent than anyone on the damn stage. She's bigger than Coachella. I'm telling you right now. And she was a last-minute add-on. She's that big, that great. Like 2 years ago, when Harry Styles was there, Harry Styles killed it. And I was like, yo, Harry just like proved himself to me like 20 times over. He killed it like you wouldn't believe. Benson Boone was okay, but only has one song people know. Missy Elliott was complete trash. And if I ever see her walk the stage again, my God, she was trash. Her songs are bangers. Let's go now. Let's go. Mr. Mina's in the house. Shut up, okay? She got a cute waist, chubby lips, thick in shape, make you do a double take. The whole crowd was like this. Okay, enough about Coachella. We're here to talk about real shit. Guys, this might be the show you've been waiting for. Calm down, YouTube. Calm down. I'm not using anybody's music. Calm down. They already flagged me that fast because I put a Coachella clip in there? Holy hell. Coachella owns YouTube. Hi. Black Swan event coming up. My grandpa always says California had by far the worst traffic. He lived 30 minutes. He lived in 30 of the 50 states and traveling American Airlines executive. Oh, nah, I think Atlanta traffic's terrible. Their roads are not even built right for the traffic that they have. But there's some really bad traffic places. But yeah, California, five lanes of freeway each way, and they're both gridlock. And then, to go 10 minutes walking, you can take you 5 hours driving. Shit like that. No, it's real. It's real, but whatever. I mean, not where I live. I'm good. I don't worry about it too much. It's just right now during Coachella. God, 100,000 people just coming to your city. I hope you have enough shitters. You have enough bathrooms for them? You have to somewhere, right? There's not enough restrooms and bathrooms. There's not enough. So, is that the same thing? That's the same thing. I'm just saying, there's not enough of anything. And if you're really smart, you just camp on the campgrounds there and you tough it out. But we'll see how it goes. Okay, listen. Is this the episode you've been waiting for? Probably. One, because I'm not going to go away. I'm going to be here forever. I'm going to be here all day. We're going to talk about GameStop. We're going to talk about the S&P 500, how close we are. We're actually going to talk about how we're not being evaluated correctly. I'll say that one more time. I called it undervalued this episode because we are extremely undervalued. and we're going to compare ourselves to other companies that have made the S&P 500 over the last 4 years. The first day that they got in and or now, how much book value are they actually trading at? What do they actually make, if anything? And just how great are the companies? We're going to go through that whole thing. So I grabbed a handful of stuff. I have no idea. Mind you, I'm doing it with you. I open up a Coke Zero. I have the new cans. I'm a homie can. I have those cans. They have these new cans of Coke Zero where it's like, share it with a friend. And then on the can it says, dude, homie, friend, buddy. I don't know. A whole bunch of shit. I'm just like, okay, I don't care. Always these little gimmicks, marketing gimmicks. Anyway, I'm happy you guys are here. Let's go look and see what we can do. Man, I was loving that jam right there. But, man, you can't find the man. I get the feeling that I just can't hide it. They don't know. All right, let's go ahead and get ready. Let's go do this. I'm going to close out the Discord. I don't need that. Thank you guys so much for the Discord and everybody else. These guys, this is how professional I am, okay? I had this in my truck, all right? That's the whole show. Guys, this is the whole show. So here's what happens, okay, just so that we're clear. I drive around town. I'm driving. I'm doing stuff. It's my wife's aunt's birthday today. She's 90 years old. We're setting up for this party. I go and drop off the Easy Ups, the ice chest. My wife's decorating right now, doing all of that. I took them all breakfast this morning. So I went and got them breakfast, dropped it off. And then I was driving, watching Be More, Better, Invest, another YouTuber. She comes on every now and then, talks about Bitcoin and XRP and some other crap that I'll never buy. But she does talk about stuff. And then what she said kind of triggered me. Ooh, it triggered me. And so I was like, okay. She said something that actually was like stuff that I say indirectly, but then I'm like, but it makes me think even deeper. So I just want to say thank you to Be More for doing something, okay? But these were my notes while I was driving, just so that you guys can see. If you guys ever want to know, this is how I do my show. It looks like chicken scratch. No, it doesn't look very good because I'm doing that while I'm driving. I'm literally driving. Don't worry, it all makes sense to me. I'm like, man, whenever something hits my head, I write it down. That's the best I can do. Shout out to all you guys new and true to this channel. You guys know who you are. I appreciate you guys showing up. Carter's Corner Pocket, he's the man. Love Carter's Corner Pocket. Watch his show, and he's funny. He's to me, he's really funny. Maybe not to you guys so much, but yeah, he's good. I'm here for a little motivation, a whole lot of truth, a whole lot of information, and a whole lot of stimulation. Oh, you're welcome. Appreciate you, bro. Oh, yeah, and some slaps. There you go. Yeah, no, I got you. 100K is a ton of people, even for a major city. The influx of it. Dude, there's weekends where, like, there's a football game in your city. Is it a home game this week? It is? Damn. Every hotel sold out. You can't imagine. The amount of price gouging that happens where we live is unfathomable. And why no one's cracked down on it, nobody cares. It's just an opportunity. Guys, Airbnb is taken and reserved 6 months in advance, a year in advance. And you can pick your price. If you have a house you want to rent out, you just literally go, okay, I'm going to rent out my house this weekend for $3,000. And then you do the next weekend. Because remember, it's Coachella one weekend, Coachella 2 weekends, and Stagecoach. You can rent out your house for $3,000, maybe $3,000 the third week. The third week's really hard because every Stagecoach guy has an RV. So it's a whole different demographic. So you go, okay, $3,000, and then maybe you get like $1,500. For 3 weekends, you're going to get at least $7,500 minimum. And if you have a really nice place with the pool and everything, $5,000 for the weekend. So you go $5,000, $2,000. You're going to make $12,000. So you're going to make your mortgage plus $3,000, and all you have to do on the weekend, just get out of town. Go stay in LA for a little bit. LA's empty today. But people actually get hotels in LA and they commute on down. They watch a show, they drive back. They commute back again the next day. Watch a show, go back. Everybody has something planned out. But these hotel rooms here where I live, $500 is nothing. You're talking about $1,000 a night, $780, $800 a night. Like, it's really like that. And Motel 6 is going to be $500 a night. And all those rooms are sold out. They build hotels where we live just for Coachella, just for the increase in traffic. And that's just the way it goes down. But nobody cares that they raise the prices just for these 4 weeks. And I'm pissed off about it. I'm just pissed off about it, but I'll be okay. All right, just every time. Yeah, I actually have Airbnb people next door, and they're at the concert the whole night. So it's whatever to me. I don't care. All right, let's go do it. First up on my list is the S&P 500. Let's go look at that. So we're gonna look at a lot of charts today. We're gonna look at a lot of fundamentals. So I want you guys to know. Okay. So the first thing is this: GameStop. This is GameStop's chart. This is their monthly chart. I tend to really like this chart. We're riding it right to the purple. Okay, right to the purple. Purple's the top side. The bottom side is going to be your yellow line, your gold line. That's your true level of support. I have your 50-day and your 200-day moving averages on here. For your weekly, here's your weekly. As we come through, we have tremendous support. We rode the purple. I redrew the purple 2 days ago. 2 days ago. But as I said, this green line is your 50-day, and this is your 200-day moving average. But on your weekly, we're crossing over. So the weekly is going to cross over to the top side. The daily actually dipped down below the 50-day. Below the 200-day. So we're supposed to have a downward trend here because we dipped down. But I've seen us dip below it and fake it out. Now, we followed, look at this green. It followed all the way up to the ceiling. You can go right here to the 4-hour chart. Let's go to the 4 hours real quick. 4-hour chart went straight up against the purple, hit, came down, and just pushed up against it again. And either we have a breakout come Monday, which I think we will, and I'll explain. I think we break out Monday, okay? I think that the market's going to sell off come Monday morning. I think the true fear is going to set in because there are some indicators here for the whole market. Here's the SPY. So we're going to go to the, we can do the 1-hour chart there. We can go here and do the monthly. Okay, so this is your monthly. Here it goes. SPY's going, right? But I think the SPY's going to actually fall through and fall out the bottom. I think the weekly shows you just how weak it is. It's going to come test this moving average way down here, but it's the daily that gives it away, okay? So the daily is here. If you can see here, guys, once this 50-day moving average actually crosses over the 200-day moving average, you always want to look at moving averages on the daily chart. Doesn't matter about the monthly, the weekly, the hour. It's always on the daily chart because it's by the day. As you look at this right here, the 50-day is coming down below the 200-day. When that happens, guys, it's called the death cross. They are literally going to form a death cross, and once they form that death cross, you should see this bottom half of the S&P start selling off. That's why I think we sell off Monday, or we're going to start that trend. The last time this sold off and dipped below was here, 2022. In 2022, they hit an all-time high right before it, 457. We had a death cross. The death cross was even on an uptick. You see this fake pump, boom, it crossed over, and as it stood underneath, you lost all momentum, and you fell through the whole floor, and there's no getting it back. I don't care if it pumps and it hits the 50-day again. That's going to be the resistance. You're going to fall right back down, double bottom, and it touched all the way to the low of 336. So I anticipate the S&P, because based off of mathematics, it's going to have a death cross by Monday. It'll have a death cross right there. As it goes ahead and cross, because it has no choice because we're way down here in the 533s. We're not at the 6s. So as it crosses down, we might play around for a little bit, but it won't be long. It's going to come all the way down. And yes, you're dropping from 533 all the way to, well, that one dropped, let me see, that one dropped 120 points. So even if we have the percentage-wise of a 450 drop all the way to a 330, that was 336 from 457, even touching again at 442, down to a 336. You're going to look at 3, 4 is 10%, another, that's 400 flat, another 10, so 25% drop basically from the bottom. So if you go a 25% drop from way up here, you're just going to divide this by 4, where you're at right now, and you're looking somewhere in the realm of having another $120 come off of it, 130. So yeah, it's going to be a problem. You're going to be down at the 4 flat, 398. So 4,000 points on the S&P, and that's where I see it. I see it come down to $400 a piece, and it's going to be terrible for the market, but it's not going to be terrible for GameStop because I just showed you GameStop is going to be trending the opposite direction. You can fake me out. You can short it all the way down, and that's what gives you this dip under the 200. Remember, we dipped under because they shorted the shit out of the stock. It's not true price movement. We went from almost $30 down to 20. That's not true price movement. They did that to you just because GameStop announced that they're going to have money, because GameStop announced they're going to do senior notes. GameStop's the opposite inverse of the market itself, but that's how I see it happening. Bitcoin's at 84,000 right now. I don't think Bitcoin can hold on to these levels much longer. I think this weekend they're going to pump it as we speak just to get more liquidity out of it, more equity on their side. But the leverage itself of this market is going to be crippling you, without a doubt. This is their leverage. So I anticipate the VIX going up. I think the VIX will go up within the next 2 weeks. And as the VIX goes up, it'll be approaching all-time levels, like 80, without a doubt. So as it peaks up over here at the 80 mark again, if you've never seen it, it's happened before. There was a 65 there, and there was an 85 here. This is during COVID. But you're going to be looking at more transition than ever, and here's why. And I'll show you why, actually. We'll go here. So as we go to these, we're going to go to this right here. This is the dollar. All right, we talk about the dollar index every now and then. I don't talk about it that much because truth is I don't track it the way some people do. Maybe I should. But over the last, is this the daily chart? I don't want the daily chart. Even on the daily, it comes from 100, 101, all the way down to 99. So yeah, but let's look at it in 3 month. 3 month at 109, down all the way to 99. So 10 cents basically, whatever it may be in my head, because I think about dollar for dollar, right? The dollar index itself. So that just means people are transferring dollars out of the U.S. markets. This is not where they want to be, so they're selling off equities and getting the dollar out of here. And so it weakens the dollar. And why does that matter? Let's talk about it from like a macro footprint. If U.S. dollars are leaving, that price point you see on the S&P, whether it be 533 on a rebound, 540 on a rebound, doesn't matter, because that's not the same dollar. It's one thing for it to be 540 and the dollar be at 109. The market's at 600 and the dollar's at 109. That's amazing. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, it's this high in U.S. dollars, and U.S. dollars is as strong as they can be. Well, guess what? It's this low right now, and U.S. dollars are the lowest they can be. They just keep dropping even further and further. So with oil dropping out the bottom of the half, and then I also saw, of course, gold peaking like you've never seen it peak. It went from 2023, at 1,800, 1,900. Even at one point in 2022 right here, it was at 1,600. Well, we're double that now. We're at 32. So that's crazy for gold. I just want people to know. But if you go over the last month, gold rebounded from way down here at 2,900 all the way to 32. That right there is a 10% move on gold in the span of 4 days. Literally 4 days, it went 10%. No way. That means everybody is getting involved here, and they don't feel good about the markets. Now, I haven't studied the overnight repo markets in a long time, and I don't want to. I think these are the telltale signs. I think gold being up 22% for the year, and on the 1 year, 37% on the fiscal year wrap, that should tell you a lot. That means people are feeling safe about gold and nothing else. Oil is plummeting. Oil's been coming down. As you can see, we actually hit far bottom. People are seeing gas prices the lowest they've ever been, and they should, right? I mean, we have a new president. We have a new way of thinking as far as how we get our energy, and people are getting competitive with pricing, but they're just dumping it. They're probably opened up the fuselage too much or whatever it may be. But I just want to let you know the markets are not valued dollar for dollar what they were just a week ago. And everybody's like, hey, look at this market. $500. Oh, I'm not even showing you, my bad. Hello. There's oil dumping off and falling apart. There's gold going in the other direction. For that little while that it was going in the same direction, okay? This same direction here on oil, oil and gold were going down at the same rate here. The issue with that is they were going down the same rate. You see it? Looks the same. The reason why they were going down the same is because of the Trump tariff talk. And the minute that tariff talk came off the table, well, then gold goes back up because people don't feel safe. They don't feel comfortable with the administration changing their mind midstream, midweek, certainly midday, trying to take advantage of people and do market manipulation. That's a problem for me. But we go from there. All right, so check this out. A lot to do right now. We're going to do it. I'm trying to figure out like how I want to do it. We want to go here for sure. Okay. So before I start clicking on all these companies that I want to look up, I wrote down a whole bunch of companies that I'm aware that got into the S&P 500 over the last 5 years. Before we start looking at them, I want to see something that I wrote. Ooh, we'll do that comparison. I'm waiting on that. The dollar's down, did that. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know what China's problem is. I don't. Trump saved them. And what do I mean by Trump saved them? He didn't delete TikTok. That's the way they control people, algorithms, and that's a big business. It's billions and billions of dollars of business. But if Trump's willing to save you on TikTok, there's ulterior motives there. So I expect China to come to the table at some point within the near future, but I don't think it's going to be one-sided like everyone thinks it is. This is a play on some people. On semiconductors, maybe. On Taiwan relationship, maybe. But I mean, what are we going to do? We're going to start a tariff war with our partner that we need more than they need us. No, everybody needs us, and everybody needs them as well. There's the two biggest players in the world. I think the biggest misconsideration that people don't take into consideration is China is a country that is 6,000 years old. Yeah, it's going to be hard to break them from their traditions and the way they move. It's very hard. This is not like you're talking to a country that's, 200, 100 years old and barely got free. And no, China's way different. They're disciplined, and you're going to lose. You're going to lose. I know they think we're going to win, but we're not going to win. We're going to lose because the president, is someone. He's different in every occasion. He's different in a phone call. He's different, negotiating, and then he's different in person, and then he's different in the media, and he's different with the left, and obviously Bill Maher saw that too. I just saw his post, but Trump doesn't have enough. I don't want to say credibility, but he just doesn't hold it. He doesn't keep it together at all times. I'll just put it that way, and neither do I. I'm not saying I do. But you have to. You have to if you want to be that power presence. He overshares. Is that possible? Yeah. That's the problem. Guys, that's a weakness, by the way. Oversharing is a weakness. I'm living proof. Look at me and the channel. We're here. All right, anyway. Are we ready to rock? Ready to do this damn thing, huh? Ready to do the damn thing, huh? Oh, there is two companies I want to look at before we do that. I want to talk about this. Let's go ahead and look at Target real quick. This is Target on the monthly. Okay. This is Target on the weekly. All the way down. And then on the daily. Target already crossed over, made a death cross. So the death cross is formed. And look what happens when that happens. You just get your ass kicked. Target's all the way down at $92 a share. Absolutely dirt. What this damn company is. With it being so terrible, the stock being terrible, the company being terrible, $40 billion worth of market cap. That's the first thing. Second thing is they pay a great dividend for what they do. Their book value is $32 a share, so they trade at almost 3 times book, considering they have a PE ratio of 10. 10. But I want you to look at the OBV. OBV at the bottom on Target is falling out, meaning people are actually selling off as it goes down. It's negative 300 million on volume. People they would rather sell it than buy it. And those are true indicators for social sentiment and Wall Street, the way they feel about it. Okay, so that's Target right now as you can see it. I want to go ahead and compare Target really quick, and let's go look at what they're doing. Now, why do we care? Because Target's $40 billion. Target has tons of issues regarding shrink and controls that I don't like, but let's go see what they do. So Target's revenue is $100 billion, which is really good. They have a net income of $4 billion, So right now they're trading 10 times their income, which is pretty damn good for a buying portion of it. I mean, earnings per share is at $8. They earn as much as their shares. I mean, they're literally there. They pay a dividend of $4.48, which is pretty good, if you ask me. There's a lot going on here good as far as value goes. But what are you buying? Remember, I want to buy the book. What is the book? Let's go to their latest 10K. Operating revenue down for the third year in a row. Right here, or 2 years in a row, they've been down on top line. You know, Be More said, Marantz, companies are so focused on top line versus bottom line. I've been saying that for years, and I agree with you, Be more than ever. Companies are being awarded value for dollars borrowed and overspent. Remember, all these dollars being spent on infrastructure and stretching out, people eventually want to get an ROI, a return on their investment. But the allocation of capital can't be at 10%, can't be at 15% on the increased rates, right? Like right now. For the longest time, people were growing off of free money. Those days have come and gone. So Target, I'm looking at you, gross profit, you have increased from 26 to 29 to 30. Good job on gross profit. Your operating income after expenses, which is pretty damn good, you're at $5.7 billion. I don't care about the downtick there. That's not going to matter. You guys are doing really well at $5 billion. You used to make $8 billion, but that's during COVID money time frame, so we don't count that. $5.2 billion net income common. Got it. You guys look great. I don't have a problem with anything they do. Their operation side is pretty damn good. Even their margins are increasing, which is healthy and it's a good business. Wow. I like what Target's doing. Look at this. Let's go look at cash. They have $4.7 billion cash. Sound familiar? They have a ton of cash. Albeit that's half of what they had in 2021, but they have a lot of cash. I wonder who gives them cash, because total assets at $57 billion, tons of money here on this company. So that's why they're worth so much. Okay, let's go look at liabilities. Long-term debt, they owe $12 billion in debt. So you have $4 billion in cash, but you have $12 billion in debt. Not good. Not good. But hey, that's how they're playing it. Right now at 14.66 on actual shareholder equity, net cash position negative $15 billion. My God. Yeah, these guys are stretched out on just borrowing money. Book value $32. Tangible book value $30. Wow. There's nothing they can do, guys. So Target, terrible balance sheet, by the way. Really good income statement, terrible balance sheet. Cash flows are generated based off of, I don't even know how they get their cash. Are they just offering? I have to go find out. Investing cash inflow, they're losing cash like you wouldn't, but look at this. Boom, boom, boom. I hope they actually get it back. Financing and free cash flow. Wow. Yeah, we'd have to see it. They lost $1 billion. Wow, that was when they were doing terrible. They readjusted, and they're doing fine. But no one believes them. Wall Street doesn't believe them, that's for sure. Think about it. They have, how many assets did I say they have? Assets, they're at $57 billion on assets, and their market cap is $42 billion. Yeah, so it's a price you could buy, but the chart is terrible and still falling. It'll come back, I guess. That's the first one. Oh, man. Oh, man, I wasn't even showing you guys what. Oh, my God. I'm so terrible, guys. There's Target. It's all right there. Huh, Mom? Okay. You get your food? You guys eat everything?
Yeah, thank you.
Did everybody eat?
Mm-hmm.
Who was it? I was worried about Kathy because she said she was hungry, and then I
Um,
thought they left to go get food.
no,
Everybody's there?
yeah.
Oh, I didn't
And
know.
then they left. I think she ate a little bit, and then she left. They left to go get.
Was there leftovers?
Not really.
Oh man. Okay. Well, you guys owe me some money. That was a lot of money.
Where'd you go?
Campaneros. I just went there and go, give me 3 of those and 3 of those. $115. But it's just to feed you guys. All right. I'm live right now, Mama.
Okay.
All right. There we go.
To be there before 3:30. Just so you know.
Yeah. Let me do my show. I don't want to be rushed.
Real quick, we need to be there before 3:30, and we have to stop and get flowers. I need to get her flowers.
Okay.
And I told Stan I would bring like 2 bags of ice.
It's fine. You guys can drive on your own. I'll meet you there. I'll drive on my own.
It's a surprise, so that's why we have to be there before 3:30, because she'll be there at 3:30.
Surprise. We're going to have 100 cars in the parking lot.
She thinks it's Isaiah's baby shower.
Babe, it says happy 90th birthday.
She goes in through the garage. We thought about all of it, honey. Don't
Oh,
you
wow.
worry.
All right. I got to go. And I'm not going. I got to work here. I got to work. My wife is crazy, bro. They are wild. It is their aunt's 90th birthday, and they think they're going to surprise her with hundreds of people in parking lots. Yeah, no, that shit was expensive, bro. Breakfast this morning. Oh, God. Anyway, back to it. It's for the kids. Okay, so Target, yeah, no, I'm not buying it. Not till you find the bottom of that market. Nike. Nike I like. I like Nike, guys. I like it a lot. Similar numbers, right? Not so bad. $80 billion of market cap? No way. I really like Nike. Here's why I like Nike, just so that we're clear. Their insiders are buying shares. Nike's insiders are buying shares. It was announced. I can go here. Nike insiders buy shares. Let's Google it. Insider activity for Nike. I believe it was 4 days ago right here. Insiders bought in April after Trump tariff rollout, whatever it says, and Liberation Day, blah, 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 blue chip, but the insiders bought shares. I know that. I wonder if, right here in April, one insider purchased around $500,000 worth of Nike shares with an average price of $58, current stock price of $54. Doesn't matter. They believe in their company, so they're buying it $500,000 worth, which is pretty damn good. Just keep going. When your insiders are buying, guys, I think you should be buying too. I know who else insiders are buying. So I like Nike. I like the buy. I don't have to go down the whole financial forecast with you. Just know that the sheet looks nice. Let's see. They have margins. Do they have profit, net income? They have $4.8 billion with the net income. They're doing quite healthy. Balance sheet. Nike has $10 billion cash and assets. They're at $37 billion. And with liabilities at 23. So shareholder equity of 14. They're doing all right. They have retained earnings they're losing right now over all the years of doing business, which is kind of scary. But they'll get it back. They'll get back to these 3 numbers, 3 and 1.4, 1.5, whatever. They'll get back there. It's a cycle for them. And their book value's at $9.48, considering the stock price. Yeah, you're doing okay. Same thing with Target. So I've been looking at these companies. I'll never buy them. I just want to put it out there. I'll never buy these companies. But I just thought that there's some value there out of the two because Nike's insiders are buying. That was me. Now, let's go ahead and talk about this GameStop thing. I have to read the chat too. I apologize, guys. But let's talk. Yeah, Nike can. Yeah, they'll make it back. Nike's on the boycott list. Good job, man. They thought of everything. There you go. 90-year-old pregnant. Congrats. Yeah, exactly, bro. It's crazy. All right, so here we go. Let's talk. I was watching this YouTuber earlier this week by the name of Carter's Corner Pocket. And Carter came out and said, I want you guys to hear this video. It's of Roaring Kitty. And Roaring Kitty came out and said that GameStop could have a resurgence like Apple. And my eyes just lit up. One, it triggered my brain. This was probably like 5 days ago. I've been thinking about it ever since. I just haven't had time to talk about it on the market with us. Because, I'm always having a good time every time we're live during the week. But on the weekends, I can really think and really draw it all back. But I remember him saying Apple. On my notes. Proof on my notes, okay? Apple. Remember, this whole conversation is going to be about this right here, about that one line called Apple right here. Apple. Okay, that's what this is going to be. And those are my notes. Leave me alone. So, Apple was a great company in the 80s. Had a product, from what I could remember, was called Macintosh computer. And I used to play Oregon Trail. That's why I had it. I didn't have one, but we played it like 7th grade, 8th grade. We finally had a technology class. But it was like, cool, man. Apple. But during the 90s, there was a couple of companies like Hewlett-Packard, like Gateway, like Compaq, that came onto the computer scene and killed it. And Microsoft was putting together this program called Windows, and it was a prominent program called Windows 95. And Pentium came out with the chip, and America Online came out with the Contact, and now you had what we know as the common day internet. All that happened without Apple. Apple got left behind. Apple didn't innovate. They couldn't think for themselves. They couldn't get through the 90s. Not on their own 2 feet. It wasn't until the year 2001. And in February of 2001, Apple saw this technology happening. It was this MP3 player. Everyone started downloading music digitally and loading it up onto an MP3 player. And so Apple made this thing called an iPod. And the iPod was revolutionary. iPod would let you store your music and as much as you can handle, depending on how many gigs you bought. But the iPod didn't have like a web service. It didn't have iTunes. iTunes didn't exist until October. iPod came out in February of 2021, or 2001, I apologize. And it wasn't until October that the iTunes was launched. The actual app and digital store was launched. So Apple had this revolutionary idea finally, where they were going to corner the digital market for downloads. It revolutionized music. It changed the way they did their business. It had nothing to do with their core product being a Mac Pro, a MacBook, a Mac, whatever you want to call it, an iMac. Nothing. It was digital downloads over here, way over here. And iTunes changed the world. And people started making those iPods. And then they said, well, maybe we can play some videos with them. iPod Nano, it was a smaller one. So it wasn't so big and bulky. And you could buy accessories to connect your car to your iPod. And it was weird, the world changed. The world changed, and they started building the world around Apple. Cars that could connect to your phone. TVs that could mirror image your phone. The phone itself was built in the image of an iPod. If you guys ever want to know what an iPod looks like Look at your cell phone. So the transition took time. It took years. The stock price of Apple didn't raise. It went from $10 to $13 over the next 3 years once iTunes was launched. Nobody gave it value. You had to see value. You had to see returns, earnings. You had to find it. People believed in Apple enough to buy it at that low level, not really understanding what the next mission was. How are we going to get to the iPad? How are we going to get to the iPhone? How are we going to get to the iWatch? How are we going to get to the car? Television. You would have never known that 25 years ago. The rewriting of history to becoming the world's largest company, most valuable company, all stemmed from a vision of a guy, Steve Jobs, that he said, okay, we're going to try to do this stuff, but you know what? It's going to take time. It's going to take energy. It's going to take attempts. You might fail. No, Apple came out with these Apple goggles, headset, couldn't sell it. There's a lot of things out there that people try and try again type style, but Apple changed the world over the last 25 years. And GameStop has the potential to do that right now. You have the ability to see GameStop for something that it's not yet. And why is it going to be GameStop? One, because the people are here. Just like Apple. If you have an idea, if you have an emerging market, if you have the next best thing, you're going to bring it to GameStop. I saw it happen. I saw it happen with the invention of Instagram. There was a kid. He developed Instagram. He had an idea. And he took it. He took it and he presented it and he said, here's what I have. And they bought it for $1 billion. Kid's infinitely rich. Doesn't need money ever, another day in his life. But the companies that buy these things, that extend their name over multiple IPs, they're the ones running the world. I saw GameStop come in here and change the world of collectibles. So much so that people don't feel the ripple effect just yet. Collectibles themselves, 1/4 of collectibles, and they already sell equivalent of used video games that they do collectibles. The difference with collectibles is they appreciate in value. The difference with collectibles is it's a much bigger market than apparel. You know, the physical data, physical standpoint might be gone. But Carter, I think they're all right. I think Roy and Kitty is right. I think this is an Apple-like transition for numerous products and numerous, comparables and things that align. But the best part about it was it took Wall Street 3 years to figure out what Apple was worth and what they were doing. And then, after that, it's been up and to the right. It's been running. So do I think that's going to happen with GameStop? Yeah, I think GameStop's evaluated very wrong. I think the core value is worth so much, the legacy business. You can price in the legacy business all you want. What you can't price in is Ryan Cohen. You can't price in the people that are willing to support it. You guys are going to find out what $6 billion is really worth, and I'll tell you how. The next thing that GameStop does, everyone's going to it. Everyone's backing it. Ask PSA. They can't even handle the inflow of cards coming in. GameStop sent them an additional 1 million cards than what they would have ever had over the last 5 months. These guys cannot handle what GameStop is. Nobody can. Ryan gets to go to the next vendor, the next business, and say, guess what, guys? I have this great idea. I want you to partner up with us. But when we partner up, just realize the buying power of this brand, the brand that is GameStop, is more powerful than anything out there. Billions and billions of dollars. Can you imagine when Wall Street finally gives it value? It's going to be glorious. But let's go down the list. Let's go down the list of companies that Wall Street finally gave value to. And I'm going to do it with you. I have no idea what this is going to be. I just wrote down a list of companies that joined the S&P 500 over the last 5 years. I want to know the value of it now. 5-year chart. The 5-year chart here on this company has been the same across the board. From 2020 to now, they're even. This is DoorDash. DoorDash financials. First, the overview. $75 billion of market cap. Revenue of $10 billion. Phenomenal number. A very small float. I'm so sorry. Net income of 123. Just to be fair with everyone, GameStop has less than half their revenue, but more income than DoorDash. Half the top line revenue, but more income. Market caps are about 7x difference. The share price here is at 180. If GameStop had the same market cap, it would be the equivalent of almost $200 a share. Be like around it'd probably be like 180-ish. It would. These guys only have 34. Yeah, it'd be 180-ish. 170-ish if it was GameStop because the amount of shares outstanding. Their PE ratio at DoorDash is 616. That's unheard of. It should never be this high. This is a gross misevaluation of a company. But they're doing deals with Domino's and they even have a deal at GameStop, if I'm not mistaken. But hey, DoorDash makes less money than GameStop. But let's go look at the maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll just look at the income and let's go figure this out. So tremendous growth at top line, which is awesome. Gross profit increases. Operating expenses is there, so operating income, they lost money, finally made money. They're finally there. We can go to trailing 12, and their operating income has been negative. I mean, just crazy. Are they in the S&P 500? How the hell did they get there? Because they finally made a profit? They made a profit $52 million and got them in? Market caps get them in, huh? Crazy, spooky, scary, hilarious. DoorDash. The market cap is $75 billion, and they barely make money, barely break even. Cash and cash equivalents at $5.3 billion. Tons of cash. Hold up. Tons of cash, guys. Oh. An S&P 500 company with tons of cash. Total assets at $12 billion. Total liabilities only $5. Awesome. Retained earnings for this company, negative $5.2 billion. Shareholder equity of $7.8 billion. All-time high. Book value is at $18.59 a share. Don't worry about it. Holy hell, DoorDash is trading at glorious prices. I can't. What the hell did that say to me again? I just want to make sure I read that right. Their shareholder equity is 7.8. Book value at $18.59. So they're literally trading at 4 or 5 times book. 5 times book. No, way more than that. 10 times book. They're at 10x on book. Holy shit. Okay. I'm crazy. So they have less cash than GameStop. I'm just going to write this down. DoorDash. DoorDash has less cash, less profits, that is crazy. Yet they trade at 10x book. Less cash and less profits, 10x book. Cool. Next company, extremely overrated or not, we'll find out. Palantir, our boys. Palantir is currently at $88. Not bad. Not bad considering their revenue is $2.8 billion. So we have more revenue. They have Palantir. Let me write this down. Palantir. I can't make this shit up, bros. I swear to you. Less revenue. Let's see. Net income. They actually make more income. Good job. They, which is phenomenal if you think about it. On a ratio, they're 10x basically on market cap. They're a $200 billion company. Shit, that's crazy. Okay, let's go see if they warrant $2 billion. Let's see. Revenue, got it. Operating income at 310. Net income 462. Mind you, barely made 200 million, and then negative Nellies. Okay, so what are they doing for me lately? Let's see. Not bad. Balance sheet. Balance sheet tells me that they have 5.9 right here, 5.2 in cash. GameStop has more cash and everything. Okay, that's cool. But they're about the same. Total assets 6.3. So they're just cash basically. Oh, they're getting awarded just because they're cash business? They just have cash. There's no other assets here. There's $900 million worth of assets? Oh, but you can't. But you're able to trade just based off of cash? Cash and revenue? Hold on. Liabilities, 900. Great. So shareholder equity is $5 billion. Which comes out to book value per share at $2.11. $2.11. These guys are trading right now at 100. What is it? 40 times book? 40 times book. I'm so sorry. I almost got crazy for a second. They're trading at 44 times book. 44 times book. Palantir. Let's just not pick on the guys, Marantz. Let's pick on the real guy. Let's go see. Oh, by the way, the overview on the chart over the last 5 years. Yep, they got in here because of this spike. What did they warrant it? I mean, did they work on it? I wonder. No, the stock price back here in all these years, 2022, 2023, you saw they lost $1 billion something dollars, and they were still being priced out at 28, and they lost $1 billion. They didn't make a profit at all. Oh, this is crazy talk. Absolutely crazy. Next company I can look at is called Williams. Now this one I think I'm going to be wrong. Williams. Is it and Sonoma? Let me see if I just do Sonoma. Is it not like that? I don't know how it comes up. Oh, it's not coming up. I gotta find it somehow. It doesn't matter. I'll do the next one. I don't care. Expand Energy Corporation. Expand Energy. Here's Expand Energy. They got into the S&P. What's their 5-year look like? Kind of choppy. All right, 30% difference. Let's go check out this company. Market cap of $24 billion. Revenue equal or less than GameStop, really close to it. So 4.26, almost close to it. Net income negative $714 million. They lose money. They lose money, and they're in. All right. Let's see what we have going on here. These are companies that got into the S&P 500 the last 4 years. Revenue, operating revenue, they went from, well, of course, they were over here at 10 billion, 13 billion. They're down to 4 billion. What the hell's going on? They've lost 60% of their value at top line. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I got to look at it a different way. Income, gross profit, they went from $7.6 billion 2 years ago to now 1.5. This is the trailing 12. 1.5 from that. Wow, they lost everything. They lost 5x their gross profits. How does that happen? Other operating expenses, billions and billions of dollars lost. From $6 billion of profit here. That's probably when they made the S&P 500 right there. $6 billion of profit. They are now on a trailing 12 of losing $482 million. Heading in the right direction, don't you guys think? Look at that. Wonder what kind of bullshit this is right here. Net income went from $7 billion to negative $700 million. Somebody needs to get fired over here. All right. So we're already better than that one too. But just for shits and kicks. Cash on hand, $300 million. Total assets, $27 billion. So it's just property? Dude, they went crazy on assets. Liabilities, they owe $5 billion. So they borrowed money, and they have $5 billion. So shareholder equity is $17 billion. Wow. And they have a book value of $75 a share. It's based off of property. All that property. No value anywhere else. $75 a share. So they're trading at one book over, but it's one of the worst sheets ever and one of the worst businesses ever. Nah, I'm good. All right, so we beat them too. Who's the next one? Let's go look at Jabil. What is that? JBL? JBL. I didn't even know that was JBL. What do you know? 5 years. Ooh, spiking. Great, man. Damn. All the way up. It must be amazing. Let's see. Market cap, $14 billion. You're not even there, JBL. You're not even at $20 billion where you want to be. Revenue, $27 billion. Oh, my God. And with the net income of $400 million. $400 on $27 billion worth of sales, you make $400 million, you might as well make zero. Holy shit. They pay a dividend. They're pretty damn. I mean, this is a lot. Woo-hoo. Let's see the good stuff. Trailing 12. Trailing 12 income. They're at $27 billion, down from $35 billion, I apologize. So they're down $7 billion. They're losing money over all these quarters. Gross profit has come down $400 million. Operating income after all the expenses from 1.5 to 1.2. So they're losing money. But they made a profit. So not bad making a profit. Net income $400 million, down from $1.2 billion the previous quarter on the trailing 12. Wow. So they barely make any income, which I get you. I don't mind that. It's not a problem. It's, GameStop's barely going to make income. But let's see what we have going on here. At 131, and their book value is coming in at $12. So they literally trade at 10x book. 10x on JBL. 10x book. Sound familiar? I think so. They make money, though, over time. They don't ever lose, really. It's a good-run company. I just want to know why they're allowed to trade a 10x book. I'm just asking. All right, next one's going to be Uber. Oh, I'm going to love this one. We all know Uber. $72. Got you, Uber. Great job. Uber right here. Cash hanging out. $7 billion basically. They had $9 billion last time. They've lost $3 billion this quarter. Crazy. $3 billion they lost. Where the hell did they lose $3 billion? That's shit. Long-term debt went from 11.1 billion to 8.3. So they paid off their debt. They're paying off debt. Total liabilities, they're upside down. Retained earnings, they've lost $20 billion as a company. Shareholder equity is $22 billion. Okay. If you say so. You are trading at $10.23 a share. So you guys are 7 times book. After a terrible sheet, by the way. 7x book on Uber. Got it. Who's my next one? Company called, I don't even know what they're called. Cerner Holdings? Yeah. But why is it the SA? I'm not going to check them out. They're gone. I'm good. That's how I wake up on my day, guy. Builders. Is it Builders first? First? Nope. There it is. Builders first, sir. BLDR. BLDR comes in with cash, $150 million. They used to have $700 million right here. They don't have any more cash. They're out. Assets, $10 billion. Liabilities, there's $6, which is pretty good. They have shareholder equity of $4. Book value coming in at $37. Tangible book at -4. $37, and they trade at 4x on book. Let's go look at their income. Income tells me they actually have gross profit. They have operating income. Come out a little bit more. Let's see. They're making $1 billion, which is not bad. Great job. So right here, net income is $1 billion. Market cap's $13 million, so they make $1 billion. But they have nothing else going for it, huh? It's a strong company. I actually like the value. That's a solid company right there. You make $1 billion and you're only trading at a little over 1 on your book value, 4x on book. They might get it right. They might. Excuse me. P ratio 13. 14 out of there. Yeah, whatever. All right, next. Sorry, guys, if I'm not reading the chat. TKO Group Holdings. Let's check them out. 144. Market cap of $24 billion. Revenue, $2.8 billion. None. Actual income, $9 million. Gross. And let's see. That's how they put them in there. They say they're good. Finances. Operating income of nothing. I don't know what the hell these guys are doing to be in the S&P 500. Look at this. Oh, $9 million. Yeah. GameStop could never get in with $6 million. Okay. Balance sheet, they have $500 million. Oh, somebody tell them. Ton of assets. Retained earnings, none. They're loss. And shareholder equity comes in at 8.7. Not bad. Book value, $50 a share. They trade 3x on book. TKO, I will never buy you. But yeah, it's good. At least it's not like crazy bad. Match? Is that Match? I know Match. Match Group. Oh, one of my favorites. This is Rico's favorite stock. So you're going to tell me Match Group, $7 billion, no money at all, come back down to earth over the last 5 years where they were way up here at the mountaintops. You remember during the dot-com bullshit. They have revenue, $3.4 billion. Net income comes out about $500 million, which is not bad on net income. But damn, they lost it somewhere. What are their financials? What is this looking like? Nope. They make money good for them. I don't care about that. Balance sheet is what I care about. So they have $900 million. They have assets of $4.4 billion. They have liabilities of 4.3. They have negative shareholder equity. They've lost $6.5 billion on retained earnings, and their negative shareholder equity. That's never good. No, I'm actually pretty good on this one. Book value is negative 25 cents. No. I can't believe you're in the S&P 500. How did they not get you guys out of there? Okay, OGN. Don't mind me. $11. There's no way these guys are in. Market cap of $2 billion. What happened? Oh, that's what happened. You were way up here at one point. $38. You're down to 11. Yeah, you never deserved to be in anyway. I don't understand this, but whatever. And I don't even need to look at book because it's not even worth talking about. C-Day is gone. It was work day. Brown and Brown. Bro's coming in at $600 million, which is nothing. They have some shareholder equity. The book value here is $22. Oh, they trade 5x on book. Not bad. Let's check out their overview. They have $4 billion revenue, which is not, maybe they have a lot of money. Almost $1 billion. They trade 4x book. But they got nothing else going behind it. There's nothing, no other assets. That's good. All right, last one. I don't care. I was just checking out. I'm already done. On Semiconductor Corporation, right here. Semiconductors, $14 billion worth of market cap. They have revenue. They make a lot of money. They have everything you want outside. So 7 revenue. My cat's outside. They're asking for where Bing says. I say he's outside. He's outside. He's doing it live. Yeah, these guys are how much, man? What's going on here? On Semiconductors. Let's see. What are you on book value, bros? I'm just curious, if any. Book value $20, and they're trading at $35. Not getting the love they deserve, I guess. Yep, but at one time they were. At one time they were way up here, way up here at 105. So, guys that get into the S&P 500, just so you're aware, those were all the companies I was looking at, and just how grossly evaluated they are. So, anyway, I'm gonna read the chat. I'm gonna hang out with you guys for a little bit. My point of the exercise of looking at those companies was to see how big of a variance there is from companies that are named into the S&P, that run through it, and they come out 10x on the other side. Don't worry, GameStop's going to be 10x on the other side. So I'm just telling you, they're going to be 10x on the other side. When Wall Street wakes up one day and says, you know what, let's just start treating this company right. Let's just go ahead and give them the true evaluation. You know, stock analysts, there's like 8,000 of them, and there's only one that covers this damn stock. What happens? There's multiple that cover every stock, just not GameStop. They're not allowed to cover it for legal reasons, believe it or not. They don't want to get sued. They don't want to get sued for giving out the wrong guidance. But, yeah, the wrong guidance. They've been giving out wrong guidance anyway, so it doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and read the chat, guys. I just want to say good morning, good afternoon, all the good stuff. If you guys have anything to say, I'll get to it. It's insane. It's best to just stay inside during Coachella. Yes. Stay off the roads. If we don't go straight to 300, we'll definitely be at 35 by the next earnings. Cranky, that's good either way. I'm down with both. I'm so bullish on Ryan Cohen. Yeah, I'm bullish on Wall Street. I think Wall Street's eventually going to tack on, and they're going to figure it out like they did with Apple. They're going to do the same thing with GameStop. Once that 5-year golden cross happens, look out. Anything's possible. We go S&P 500. Too bad. $20. There we go. I think the 50-week and the 200-week MAs are importantly significant for GameStop. The last golden cross we had on those was January 2021. Our floor is more than 20x what it was then. Mirkin, I saw it. It's getting really close. They're approaching each other. When it does break over, it's over. SPY to the 400 that will be an amazing dip. Yes, it's going to happen. SPY may recover. I don't see 400, maybe 450. If we fall to 400, all hell breaks loose. It's going to happen. I've never been more sure of anything in my life. Just like GameStop's going to go up and to the right. It's going to happen. Gas prices have been up to $4.40 in Washington State because them taxes. Yeah. That's good pricing around here. We definitely need Taiwan semiconductors. I support Trump 100%. Oh, there you go. Yep, it's not just about the money for China. Nope. Good afternoon, Marantz and the crew. Yes, sir. Oh, I see he banned my other account because I said GameStop would hit 1750 a month ago. Even though I was right and it hit 18 to 19 or so. Huh? What? I'm sorry. I'm this guy who actually looks at shit. Let's go look at GameStop. Here, I'll go to the 4-hour chart. We can go back a couple of months if you want. Okay, the low is $20.51. You said it was going to 1750? Hold on. 17. When was the last time this shit was at 17 or even 18? Hold on. I'm looking. No. 1932. No, you want lower than that? Because that was in September 11th. Oh, right here, 1750, right here. The carry trade, right here. August 5th. The last time GameStop traded below $18. Holy hell, this guy's something different, bro. Traded again right here, May 24th, a year ago. What the hell are you talking about? Like you're correct about something. You haven't been more correct about nothing. Anything. Trash in a basket, bro. You're garbage. Garbage. You know what garbage is? It's fancy trash, bro. Garbage. Justice, freedom. Stupid name, by the way. Target, great company of the market. Target had good management. Unfortunately, they have some of the worst I've seen. Too focused on DEI and wokeness. Ooh. GameStop can't go under 20. Correct. That was once in pre-market after the sneeze in May. Bro. Absolutely. I called him when it happened. He could. Nope. Hope you're having a great Saturday, Marantz. I don't know yet. I'm about to, though. Target was hit due to those position on the blank trunk swim shorts. They got Bud Lighted. Okay. China is in trouble. Factories are closing. Employees fired. Devaluing current rapidly. They're sitting on billions of dollars of goods that they can't sell. It's one way of looking at it. When you start a YouTube channel with stock predictions for justice, yeah, no. I literally do stock predictions. They just don't know to care to watch the show to figure it out. Trump is playing Big Boss, and I like it. Okay. GME and Bitcoin linked in the algo with SPY. GME decoupled from SPY near end of trading. Good. He's comparing it with GameStop. There you go. When pissed water goes woke. 90-year-old and pregnant, I agree. We just need GameStop Messiah to post today on Passover and lead us to the promised land. You ain't lying about that. Palantir and Apple in the GME garden. Oregon Trail is where all of it started for me. You die of dysentery. Always nice to hear you talking GameStop and private equity connections. Keep on going, Marantz. Yes, you're absolutely welcome. iPod Touch was massive with the jump start of the iPhone. History lessons, kids. Listen up. This is my quant. I got second in that math. I was a LimeWire whore back in the day. Damn, Pam. Shit. Yeah, LimeWire, Kazaa, BearShare. I'm familiar. I use FrostWire. You're correct. I use LimeWire and Pirate Bay. There are more GameStops that have Pokemon single cards. Get a cool look cards if you want to be, and maybe grade them later. Sure. GameStop running is much tighter ship than DoorDash. That much is obvious. Why do so many analysts and people only look for revenue? Never understood that mindset. Yeah, Michael, the way it works is everybody looks at like the top line revenue because they're building it based off of growth. They're looking at what they call the addressable market cap, right? So when you look at the TAM, the total addressable market, that's what they try to get to. What we're trying to get to is we're going to let you know that we're going to have a scale, right? A business drawn to scale. Meaning that if we were to expand the business, then it would actually go up in value based off of how much we make per store, per person, per man hour. That's how you would evaluate it. This is how you don't oversaturate the market and stretch yourself too thin. But the way you look at it is, I remember how we always say, oh, that all hits the bottom line. That's bottom line revenue. That's gross profits. Net profits, I'm sorry. The top line revenue is just going to be total. And so people like to look at total, not bottom. They need to look at the bottom. The bottom's actually what keeps you in business. Because if you aren't growing or expanding, then you're shrinking to Wall Street. Correct. That's basically it. These guys are ridiculous. Ooh, your money. You got to do something with your money. No, I don't. Sometimes the best move is no move. Wall Street won't ever price GameStop correctly until well after true price discovery is found after breaking all-time high. Yes. But revenue doesn't prove growth or expansion. That's what I don't understand. I'm fine with it, though. Yep. Did I miss it? Yeah. 10x book. What's the current ratio? And that's the whole point, too. We're at 5x on current ratio. I don't know what they're at. Wow, that's crazy. There you go. We will be in the history books. Yes, we will. Listen. We're eventually going to get there. Damn, bros, I barely slept last night because this damn party I'm trying to get ready for. I'm over here living the dream. Me too, man. My back, something just went out in my back by me stretching. That's how you know I'm getting old, bro. GameStop will be 156 times booked. Nah, man. Give me 10 to 40. Give me 40. Why are they allowed to be? Because they diluted their float to 2 billion shares? They're 44 book Palantir? Us at 44 book value would be somewhere in the range of like another 4. I mean, we're book value right now like $15. So I guess I don't even know. I'm not good at math. If we're 44 times book, just so that we're clear, we're $6.2 billion. And you divide the 6.2 billion by 446. That's 13.9. So 14 times book. If we were like Palantir, our share price would be $616 a share. My God. 616, yeah. Lives would change. Oh, is that what it is? WSM? Sure. Oh, it had a hyphen in it. That's why I couldn't do it. My bad. Damn, S&P 500 stock sucks. Just shows you that a bunch of nobodies can pick and choose who gets into the S&P. JBL is just going to grow worked for them. Uber finally turned a profit, from what I know. Marantz talking about DoorDash while I'm DoorDashing. That's hilarious, Andrew. Do it. Driverless cars are going to come get it. GameStop going to keep DoorDash alive. By the way, JBL is in China. Yeah, I don't know. Bitcoin up over 85%, over 85K. They'll dip. Yeah, they'll dip down. Expanded Energy has Oak Tree Capital. I'm sure it does. Marantz, can you please look at international paper? I can look at it. I'm just reading the chat right now. I took a brown and brown when I woke up today. Fucking American, dude. Oh, okay, American, can I tell you something, bro? You got me, man. You got me on that one. I'm usually like, I'll read it like to myself as I'm reading and I'll be quiet, but nah, man. That is so you guys got me. Buenos tardes, Marantz. Yes, bueno. Buenos todos. Michael Packer visits his proctologist. Hold on, let me read this. But he's still, just because he's in this shit. Oh, man, American. We can't just keep the dad jokes going. What's up, Marantz? Happy Saturday, everyone. You just mentioned GameStop partnering a bit ago. What comes to mind is a company whose Pokemon card vending machines is all across the grocery stores I see. They draw my son in like moths to light. Not sure what company that owns those, but it'd be awesome to see GameStop get into that action. Yes and no. Because who's going to get the sell? But, I mean, still, get them in the building, right? Is that the case? That's pretty tough. There we go. We're good. Just freedom. Have to look at future cash flows to evaluate the business. Oh, sorry, Carter. Had no idea that the $6.2 billion wasn't going to be enough. It says, Marantz, what's your opinion on IP? Which IP? Are you talking about like intellectual property? I don't know. Internal and internet protocol? I don't know. Taking it down and has a bunch of calls. Shut up. Monday, you should sell on Monday. Yeah, if you have anything. GME will retest 60 soon. I was right about Carvana. I think I don't know what that means, but I'm right about Carvana for sure. I'm a marine eating lobster. I feel ashamed, but at least 2 GME shares. Oh, you're in Maine eating lobster. I apologize. Glad I could make you laugh, Marantz. Oh, you're so stupid, bro. You feel. What'd you say you feel? I don't know what you said you feel. Listen, man. I went to this restaurant this morning. Very expensive restaurant. And they don't even have, like, breakfast burritos. I just want to buy burritos for, like, the whole crew. There was 6 people over there working on the house. And decorating. And I bought them all breakfast, right? It was like $20 a plate. Swear to God. Came out, it was like a little less than that. It came out to 107, but I tipped. So 115 out of my pocket. I didn't tip big because of the takeout order. I don't care. If it was my server, I would tip them 30% like I usually do. These guys, they just get my crumbs. That $115 fed aunts and uncles, family members, a warm meal while they're working. And I can't get it back. And I'm not going to cry about it. I turn around and spend $30 more at In-N-Out for me, my son, and my daughter. It's $150 to feed my family this morning. That's the life I live. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm sick to my stomach about it. Because you know how much cash that is? You know how much GameStop money that could be? But I don't stop living my life because GameStop's price down or up. I do what's right for the family and what's going to make people happy. So, hurt this morning. It hurt. All right. Keep buying what you believe in. Keep believing what you want to buy. Me, I'm buying the company that's not trading 44 times book just yet. But we will one day. GameStop up and to the right. Shout out to this new group that I found that I actually liked called The Parcels. But Lady Gaga killed it last night. There is no doubt about that. And if you don't believe it, you should watch it. It was phenomenal. Have fun, guys. I got to go get right. I got to go do my thing. But you know where to find me. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. I'll see you around, millionaires. And Jackson Browne were actually roommates. And they used to write songs together. So that's why the song Take It Easy, Jackson Browne actually sings it because he wrote it. But the Eagles did it and it became more popular. It's all good. But I've already told you Jackson Browne's my favorite of all time because of a song called Loadout changed my life when I was young. And I play Running on Empty for my son. It's our song together. Whenever we're driving to school and stuff, we sing it together. And I love that dude. But Jackson Browne. And there's The Pretender. Oh, shit. These days. There's some good ones I'm about to play. You guys got me on my Jackson Browne tip? You don't want no part of me. Let's go.